Who's that I see walking in these woods? Why, it's Little Red Riding Hood. Hey there, Little Red Riding Hood. You sure are looking good. You're everything a big bad wolf could want. Listen to me.
Welcome back into Stars with Kramer right here. A guy that's being pretty much a big bad wolf was last night during the World Series. Ian Anderson for the Braves, man. This guy went 5 innings of no-hit ball against the Houston Astros, which is the Trastros if you follow along with Stars with Kramer. Cannot say the Astros. We all know this. But yeah, no, he went 5 innings, no hits. He had like around 70 pitches, and he actually got pulled. He got yanked, which the Braves actually had like 5 different pitchers that entire time. But it was shocking. Like I was watching it, and I'm like, okay, why is this guy getting pulled? What are we doing, Atlanta? Like, are we doing another Tampa Bay Rays instance from last year with Blake Snell getting pulled when he had I think giving up only 1 hit, gave up 1 run, and he had like 70 pitches through 7 innings, and the Rays ended up losing last year? No, the Braves hold on to only 2 hits, of the nights last night, and they ended up winning the game. But here's the thing: the Braves right now are undefeated at home, which that's music to my ears right now because the Braves can win 2 more games and they win the World Series, which that's all what we want right now. That's what we want in a baseball society, for having the Astros finally getting there legitly. I'll put quotes on that because we haven't known yet. It took a few years after they won the World Series the first time of them saying, "Oh yeah, no, they were cheating. They were using trash cans, laser pens, buzzers, and all the good stuff to help cheat." And we'll see what happens. It was weird too watching the game last night. It was all foggy and cold, which is kind of eerie and spooky, especially for it being tomorrow's Halloween. It was interesting. So what I was thinking was, are we going to see this more and more often now of teams pulling pitchers who are dialed in and locked in? Pulling them way too early. Are we going to see that now? Are we going to see a lot of teams just, crumble at the thing? Because, the Braves only won 2-0 last night. It wasn't like it was a blowout, and that's why they pulled him out, because they can try to save his arm. Now, if Ian Anderson is dialed in and locked in, I'm leaving him out there. Like, I am. He was the first pitcher, a rookie. It hasn't done this in over 100 years that a rookie has taken a no-hitter into the 5th inning, or into the 6th. He's gone through 5 innings of no-hit ball. So that's what's interesting, is it's only been 100 years, but yeah, they've still pulled him, especially with 70 pitches. I mean, this is postseason. If my guy's locked in, he's locked in. I'll keep him out there. That's just how my mentality works always. When say if I was coaching, like back when I was in college, when I coached high school baseball on the freshman team, or whether that's just me watching. Like, I want to keep these guys in there because they're locked in and dialed in. But if you have a bullpen that you can rely on and trust, like kind of like how the Braves do, then things go away. You can nix everything. So we're going to probably see more and more teams do this in the postseason because, for one, this might be the biggest thing. He's already gone through the batting order twice. He's gone through the batting order twice. He's got the top of the order coming up in the top of the 6th. They've already seen him twice. And analytics show after the 3rd time through the order, the batters have already adjusted. They've already figured out the pitcher, hopefully, and that's when they're going to put on the runs. They're going to put on the hits because they were trying to grab hits left and right when they couldn't do it. So Ian Anderson got pulled, and they went to the pitcher, a different pitcher. So then timing switches up, changes. Maybe they're going to bring out a slider, a side armor, or a guns blazing fastball or a hurler. Like that's what they did. That's what the Braves did. They picked apart what the Astros are used to, and then they were able to, actually win the game, which was good. Even with Will Smith coming in, gave the first hit to Alex Bregman, and then took down Jordan, took down Kyle Tucker, and he took down some other person too. I just know Will Smith got out of the inning. Yeah, no, the pitcher Will Smith, not the actor or the batter Will Smith. The pitcher Will Smith, former Royal, by the way. But yeah, no, this is it's a fun postseason. We're gonna probably see it again tonight, where you're gonna see a pitcher deal and then they get yanked. Unless it's odd because I get it, he's a rookie, but If you're locked in, you're locked in. It's not like if Justin Verlander's out there or Garrett Cole or Adam Wainwright. Well, no, Adam Wainwright got pulled, and so did Max Scherzer. So I can't put those guys in the analogy. But if you're Justin Verlander and he's locked in through 5, he has 5 no-hit innings and he's going out there to 6, you're keeping him out there on the 6th, you keep him out there on the 7th, you keep him out there on the 8th, you keep him out there on the 9th. That's just how the credibility is, but we're also seeing a time change in Major League Baseball where all there are fastballs hitting 99 plus, and that's some wear and tear on the arms of especially young guys such as Ian Anderson. And I can see how a risk factor like that can go, and especially during it's a colder day, a colder night in Atlanta. It wasn't no hot Atlanta anymore. It was a relatively temperatured Atlanta for the game last night and for throughout the rest of the series there in Atlanta. So it's going to be interesting to see what teams do because times have changed. I think at some point in the next 10 to 15 years, the command low miles per hour on fastballs, very good control on changeups and curveballs and junk balls, such as a knuckleball too. A lot of good command. We're going to see that player come up within the next 10 to 15 years, then we're going to see a transition that, everybody's hitting the fastball at 100 plus miles per hour. Now they can't even hit the 84 mile an hour curveball because it's way too slow and their timing's way off. It's just how things work. And they're also going to be those stupid rules that we went over last week, that those are going to be in place. It's going to, mess some things up. But yeah, earlier this week, PETA, we all know what PETA is. The pet people, the animal people, which I'm an animal person. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy me some dogs, and cats are somewhat growing on me. Cats are somewhat growing on me because I live with 2. One's a pain in the rear, and the other one just likes to eat, which is the one I like. But PETA is urging MLB to rename the bullpen to Arm Barn because it's insensitive to cows. What? Hold on. It's insensitive to cows. When did cows learn to know how to understand English? If we can have a conversation with a cow, I don't think they say, "Hey, please don't eat us." That's the first thing they'll say. And you already know that. Please don't eat us. We don't care about your bullpen. Arm Barn actually sounds pretty sick. I think it sounds pretty badass if it's me. Arm Barn, I think that's what the nickname should be of the bullpen, but we're still going to call it the bullpen. I'm still going to call it the bullpen. But PETA on the MLB, ridiculous because it's insensitive to cows. Urging the MLB to rename the bullpen to Arm Barn. I might say Arm Barn from now on anyways because it sounds awesome. Yeah. Arm Barn. It's insensitive to cows because the bullpen name is insensitive to cows. Oh my gosh, what are we doing, PETA? I get it. Some of the stuff I do get what PETA does, but this one doesn't make any sort of sense. It's insensitive to cows. Insensitive to cows. In other MLB news, that's why it's struggling. This is via Dan Lust on Twitter. Yeah, his tweet said it's happening. Cleveland Roller Derby Guardians have sued the Cleveland Baseball Guardians for stealing the name. And it's quoted saying, "We know we are in the right, however, and just like our athletes do on the track, we will put everything into the effort at the courthouse." So you're telling me that the Spiders could not get picked. They used to be the Cleveland Spiders. I don't think there's any team in Cleveland right now that is named the Spiders. But yet they go for the Guardians. Excuse me. Oh, gosh. Got a little coughing fit right there. But you choose the Guardians without doing any sort of research to trying to figure out whether or not there's another Guardians team in Cleveland. The roller derby team. Who forgot about the roller derby team in Cleveland? I know I sure didn't because I didn't know there was a Cleveland Guardians roller derby team anyways. That's not a knock on roller derbies. I think, honestly, watching highlights of roller derbies, those are some tough people. Tough people. I'm not sure if there probably is a men's league roller derby, but everything notorious is for the women's one. But they're tough. Like, honestly, if there was, say if there's a hypothetical brawl, the Cleveland Guardians and the Cleveland Guardians. One's the roller derby team, one's the baseball team. I'm taking the roller derby team to beat the you-know-what out of the baseball team. Because that's just how tough they are. The roller derby team should actually be playing football, I feel like. That's just me. But, MLB struggled this past week, especially with PETA and especially with the Cleveland Guardians name. But, hey, you know how I did the scariest players in the NFL. Let's go to the scariest players pitching-wise and also batter-wise. Let's start with pitching. From 1 to 5, Max Scherzer. This guy is scary. 2 different eye colors. One's brown, one blue. That right there, if I'm a batter, I'm like, this guy is going to, you-know-what me right now. But yeah, no, Max Scherzer, this guy should be the National League Cy Young Award winner, and he's just been like this since his time with Arizona. And then once they were like, you know what, we'll trade you to Detroit. Detroit, Max Scherzer was phenomenal. The National Scherzer won him a World Series. Phenomenal. This guy is ridiculous. Another one is Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole, I give him so much crap. So much crap, especially for his Kermit the Frog voice. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Garrett Cole is still a very good pitcher. Granted, he didn't do good during the wild card game this year against the Boston Red Sox, but Garrett Cole is still a bad man, and he's still able to get you that 10 innings if you need it, especially if it's a 0-0 ball game, and he's like, I can go out there in the 10th inning. I can go out there in the 11th inning. I'll win this. Hey, bullpen. Hey, don't worry. Hey, arm barn. Don't worry about it. Hey, I got you. That's what Garrett Cole is. Another pitcher from this past year, Robbie Ray. This guy, here's the thing. Out of all scary characters in, say, like films such as, like, say, Frankenstein, The Invisible Man, I'm probably missing a few because, I only named 2, maybe Dracula. This is the thing. The scariest ones are very quick and very fast-paced. Robbie Ray, he is a fast-paced guy. Like, when he pitches, you know that game's going to go under 2 hours, especially when he's out on the mound. Like, if he's pitching the full game, because he just works quickly. He's very efficient. He's very controlling. This guy could be the American League Cy Young Award winner, which I firmly believe he should, because he just works so quick. He messes with the timing of the batters. That's why he's one of the scary pitchers in Major League Baseball. Let's just go with Corbin Burns as number 4. This guy will strike you out. He won't walk you. He'll strike you out no matter what. He'll give hits. He'll give his fair share of hits. He'll give his home runs. He'll do that. That's what Corbin Burns does. He won't walk you, but he will strike you out no matter what. This guy went, 60 strikeouts in a row without giving up a walk, which that's just incredible. Corbin Burns deserves to be on this list. And let's go with the number 5. I think from this past season, it's wild because, you know how like there's the mummy, and mummies are always old. They're slow. They're staggering, but they also are able to efficiently break someone down and attack them and hurt them. That's what Adam Wainwright does, the St. Louis Cardinals. Adam Wainwright might be 40 years old, but he can still use that Uncle Charlie, that's what his nickname is, that curveball, to strike out a player, because he just moves so, like, I'm not saying he moves slow, because he's very efficient in what he does, especially at the age he does, especially because, him, Yadier, Molina can just look at each other and knows, all right, let's do that game that we did back in 2008 against the Cleveland Indians at that time instead of the Cleveland Guardians. We'll just do that. We'll do that. We'll run that back, and we'll win the game. That's what Adam Wainwright does. Adam Wainwright is a scary pitcher. Now let's go to the batter's side. Number 1 should be Shohei Ohtani. Heck, Shohei Ohtani could be on both pitchers and batters because that's what he does. Shohei Ohtani has the most violent swing in Major League Baseball. It's the most analytically driven swing in Major League Baseball, and he's able to do that at a consistent rate. This is a guy that is going to be in Major League Baseball for a long period of time. He's going to hit. I bet he will hit 500 home runs by the end of his career, because that's just how his bat works. Shohei Ohtani deserves to be number 1. Number 2, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid on this one because he's just such an incredible hitter. Is Salvador Perez. We saw that how he was this past season. Plus, also the scariest pitchers and batters is going based on this past season. So that's why Salvador Perez is on this list. If it was prior season before that, I wouldn't have him on there, but he was able to just hit home runs after home runs after home runs, driving in runs after runs after runs. That is what Salvador Perez did all season this year, and that is why he deserves to be on this list. If he doesn't win the Silver Slugger at catcher spot this year, that's complete baloney, and it's a disgrace, because I think he has 15 more home runs and 30 more RBIs from Mike Zunino, and I can't remember who the other catcher is, but there's another one there that they're trying to get. I think it's Yasmani Grandal. Salvador Perez was able to do better than them by a landslide, even the batting average, the home runs, and the RBIs. So yeah, no, Salvador Perez deserves to be on this list. Number 3, Yordan Alvarez. This guy, his bat stays in the zone for so long. And it's not even a long swing, but his bat is in the zone no matter what, every single swing, and he will destroy pitchers. This is a guy every single Saturday, I think for the past month and a half, hit a home run on Saturdays. That's why I always told you, pick this guy on your fantasy. Do it. So yeah, Yordan Alvarez. Number 4, Jose Abreu. This is an RBI machine. And speaking of machines, number 5, Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols, I don't care how old he is still scary at the plate. And I always think when every single time he's there, he's hitting a home run. That's just how I just feel like towards Albert Pujols and just in general. Like, been watching him since I was a wee chap at the ripe age, I think, of 4 or 5. I remember the first time I went to St. Louis was in 2003, so I think I was 5 years old, I believe. And I've been watching this guy my entire lifetime, which is actually kind of sad to see him possibly retire at the end of the season. So this is the Bet 1660. Cyrus with Kramer right here. I'm Kramer. You can at me at Kramer Talks on Twitter if you want to chime in on the show, whether who your scariest players are in Major League Baseball or in the NFL. Also, what are you doing for Halloween this year? Let me know as well. But let's try to make some money. We'll do that next.
You're listening to Saturdays with Kramer on the Bet 1660.